Okay, we are live. Peace, peace, peace. Happy Melanated Sunday to everyone. And we are coming in from the Tanya 23 experience. We are maxing and relaxing as we decided to go ahead and jump on and talk some spiritual talks into Sunday, and we like to look at ourselves as spiritual beings and whatnot. And of course, we also incorporate our tools. I've got a couple crystals laying around, a couple decks of tarot decks, and a couple of books to talk about different things, that's why we're here, hoping that everyone out there is doing well, that we greet you in good health, Uncle Jastaneb, that you have great life, great health, and prosperity, and that's how we're rolling. Oh, I see you got a new crystal ring. Talk to us about it. I saw that.
It's an emerald.
Oh, nice.
Like a rough cut emerald. So you can see the green and the emerald in it.
So you did get it. I remember telling you that emerald was the one to get. You got it.
Yeah. So I got.
I have a little piece too.
Heard that. I had to look up what his benefits were and things of that nature. And then I just
and what it say? Let me see. I got my information in here. I know it off top automatically because emerald is the stone of one of my favorite Kemetic gods, which is Tahuti, aka Thoth. The emerald tablets and whatnot. When I read and listened to those tablets, after I read them first, then I listened to them, and then I actually ran into some raw emerald. I couldn't believe it, So I attribute that knowledge to me running into the emerald, because after I read it, I was like, wow, that it was, his stone of preference, that, he did a lot with his technology, was made of emerald, a lot of different things, Emerald was used a lot in the technology, but so emerald benefits, and you have the raw one, right?
Yeah,
I do too. And I wonder how much of it I would lose if I were to get it polished. I would like to see one of them polished.
Yeah. I would have to literally go back to where I was at to get it, because I was like the guy that had him. Like, I liked his energy and all of that, and then I was just like, yeah, I gotta go back.
All right, let's talk about some healing. Let's talk about some healing benefits of emerald, raw emerald here. Physical healing. Emeralds are said to support the immune system and may help with recovery from illnesses, promote overall well-being. They may also help heal ailments related to the heart, eyes, spine, and respiratory system. That's good to know.
Very good to know.
Check this out. Emotional healing. Emeralds are known for their calming and soothing energy and are believed to promote emotional healing as a sense of inner peace. Protection. Emeralds are believed to offer protection against negative energies, creating a shield of positive energy that surrounds the wearer. That's what I find about it also. Absolutely. I actually had, when I ran into the emerald, I actually bought all that the lady had, and she had some nice chunks. I couldn't believe it. And then I sold a few chunks, but I kept 2 of them to myself.
Got to.
So glad I did that. But yeah, let's see. Connection to nature. Raw emeralds are believed to connect more directly to the Earth's points in their untouched state, in the raw state, offering a deeper connection to nature when you're wearing your raw emeralds. Emeralds are associated with truth, love, intuition, sight, and the revelation of future events and truths. So, if your psychic abilities are on fleek, the emerald's helping you. And ooh, look at this big emerald. No way it's not on this site. Oh my God. I have to get my, listen, Tanya23.com. We have crystals. Not sure about raw though, but we definitely have crystals. Selenite, so much selenite. Brother Rizzy, you made it. Oh my God.
How y'all doing tonight? Good evening, good evening.
Off the chain. Do you know how good it is to like, okay, so you have an appointment, right? And you don't get there on time, but then you still make it, right? And it's okay, you didn't miss the appointment, and I'm not going to charge you a late fee like the doctor's office does.
Right. Okay.
The benefits of being late with a friend. That's a Scorpio thing, you know. I got it.
Nah, we're usually not late. We're usually not late. It's it's been
we definitely take pride in, but I find that too, because I actually was like 5-10 minutes late myself. So, the host
it's trickling down.
Yeah, most to be on time, right?
I did something different around this time around. So that's probably what it was. When you're finding your way around something new, it may take.
That's
some
right,
time.
and I keep forgetting you have the 1 hour time difference. That's definitely a good excuse. You should have said that. You should have said I got mixed up. But
it's 7:16 here, so I'm like,
we're truth with each other.
Started.
We deal with facts, so it's all good. But we were just talking about the benefits of emerald, raw emerald. And actually it said that the wearer is more connected to truth and enhances its psychic abilities and opens clairvoyance and stimulates the use of greater mental capacity. Because brother King Creed, he can show us his ring. He has a big chunky piece of raw emerald there that I noticed he had on. Nice. So we decided to look it up. And yes, so ladies, emerald. If a fella takes you shopping and you want to go jewelry shopping, and he says, "Oh, you like this emerald necklace?" Don't be like, I need some bling bling. Take the emerald necklace. It has way more benefits. Okay. And he could even put some dough in your pocket because it's a lot cheaper than diamonds, but it actually offers a lot more. Isn't that something? The world we're living in today, things of value is not about the price tag. No. It's all about
how it looks.
That's right. And knowing what it is and what its worth is, right? Go ahead.
I used to tell people, like, because even my wife, she'll look at me and she'll be like, "Why you wearing all them big ass rocks on your neck and all of that?" And I told her a stupid reason. I said, when I was younger, I used to do rap music and all of that, and I didn't have the money to buy the necklaces and chains. So I said, me being a little bit older and understanding what the crystals and everything are, and so on and so forth, I said, I'll wrap these up and make myself feel like a rapper. I said, I ain't got to go out here and spend thousands of dollars on some shit that's going to depreciate in value at some particular point in time. You know what I'm saying? Most of this stuff has been around for years. So
it's so crazy that you say that, brother, because I love crystals, right? And I wanted to make me a black coral Gucci chain with a bunch of different crystals in it. Because black coral costs way more than diamonds. It's something
Do that.
It's under the sea. Oh, I love crystals. So crazy you said something about crystals. Black coral, though? Man, they wouldn't know what to do with that if
Coral,
they had that.
period, is good. Yeah. I've seen a couple of brothers that put the blue and red coral and made a grill for their teeth, but it was in like it was either in I believe it was in like white gold or silver, but it was coral was the
So you wear a lot of crystals, King Creek.
Yo, bro, hold on.
We about to try to be crystal dealers because I got a lot.
I'll definitely be buying crystals
right
now because I want to make a medallion, a crystal medallion.
Cool.
Right, this is a what's this called?
That's Levite.
Yeah. Oh, you know. Oh,
is that gray? I was gonna say, is it bluish gray? I ain't got my glasses.
It's different kind of Levites, yeah.
And then this one is a lemon quartz.
Oh, lemon quartz. Ooh.
Lemon quartz. Mine's a little more yellower.
This one is a sunset sodalite.
Oh, sodalite, yeah, that's good.
It looks different.
Yeah. Stake that for lap.
It almost looked like Tiger's Eye because of the little stripe.
Yeah,
I'm sticking for Tiger's Eye.
That's what kind of drew me to it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
It was.
I don't know all my crystals now, but I know some.
That lapis lazuli.
Yeah,
lapis lazuli, that blue one. What's that? Clear crystal, or that's the diamond?
No. This is a
Herkimer.
It's a type of diamond.
Herkimer diamond. Herkimer diamond.
Yeah,
it's a Herkimer diamond. Remember me telling you about that?
That's why I said diamond. Hey, hold on. True story.
I have some too. I have some.
I had a dream with that, right? And I caught one of my exes cheating in a dream.
Wow. Yo, that's what Herkimer diamonds
Before
are.
I woke up,
intuitive, highly psychic.
I was about 31 at the time. I was about like 30, 31 when this happened. I was like, whoa.
They come from cheating in the dream. Wow, that is excellent.
I was all the way in Florida when this happened. I had a very small one. I had one 10 times the 10 times smaller than yours.
Wow.
Way smaller than yours. I slept with it under my pillow. I put it under my pillow.
Earrings, necklace, and then I have a little bag of them because they were very affordable.
That's how little they was. They were little and they were raw. And man, it's like I astro traveled there and I've seen everything happening.
Wow.
When I astro traveled.
When I got this one, the dude who sold it to me told me it's a little bit of was it plutonium or uranium? Wow. It's one of the two. Something in here. It's
something from Pluto or Uranus. I think more Pluto though, because Pluto that deals with more transport.
Yeah, like a Scorpio sleep with that. Yeah, man.
Yeah. You're gonna tap into everything that's going on.
Yeah. Oh, but I'm a Pisces. See, the crazy thing, I'm a Pisces.
Yeah, you're a water sign though.
You too. Yeah, the water sign. Period.
Pisces ruled by Jupiter. Y'all ruled by Jupiter.
Yep. Pisces.
Jupiter is the ruling planet, which Jupiter is a philosopher.
Jupiter
deals with expansion and knowledge. Yeah, Sagittarius and Pisces. Yes, that's why Sagittarius and Pisces click very well. That fire and passion, that creator.
That's why I love my wife, because she's a Sagittarius. This one is a
my husband's a Sagittarius.
Look at that. That.
This one is a serpentine or serpentine. I can't remember which one.
Serpentine.
Yeah, that's
SCRPETINE.
So come on, let's look some of these up. I'm gonna look up the serpentine one.
I heard that. Oh, I got a whole bunch more, bro. And the
you got the blood. What is it? The bloodstone? The green and red one.
Oh, hold on, real quick.
He probably got it. Yup. I used to have a bunch of them. I stopped buying crystals though because I've been so busy and I'm trying to make a medallion. This medallion gonna go around my neck and it's gonna deal with my natal chart.
Got all the tools. I got the copper. I have
so you can make a medallion for me if I give you the. How much would you charge me to make a medallion if I gave you the picture and
just
everything?
The crystal wrap, like just the crystal wrap, or fancy. I'm not too fancy with it, but I can wrap it to where the crystal don't come out and it looks like decent.
Go in my box.
But I wouldn't charge much. You got to supply the crystal.
Okay, that's easy. That part's easy.
But he might be better at me than rapping. I actually get my crystals from a different lady because I had the staffs and everything. I got big time copper shit, But
you said a bloodstone?
Yeah. Hey, look up the bloodstone, sister.
Do you rock it though, King Creed? Huh?
Do I rock it? Yeah.
Okay.
No, go ahead, Rizzy.
No. What was you gonna say? I can wait. Go ahead.
So, like, you were asking the question, do I rock them? I rock them every day. Like,
no. He said, do you wrap them? Like with copper?
I do, yes.
Are you good at it, making necklaces?
I'm more of a beginner. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Okay, all right.
I'm not even going to lie. I'm more...
So am I.
Like, I can do it good enough to where it'll stay on there, but, I'm not, like, mastermind with it.
Y'all tried the copper way of making a ring where you could take and you can loop the copper into the other end and it latch around and you can twist it up into the ring and tighten it that way. But you use a small crystal and you make a ring like that. And then what you could do
I started to wear one tonight, but I have one that's a butterfly and it got
and what you can do
Are
you able to get like a strip of copper? Like a strip of copper? Okay, so what you do is you get a 10 strip of copper. Are you good with soldering?
Yeah. Yeah,
okay, so what I would love for you to do, and I would buy it from you, wrap it with the copper, right? And take a 10 strip of copper and solder about 2 pieces together. Solder it around that strip to give a support. So when I slip on a ring, it has a support. It has a band support to it. And then what you do over time is you master that. Y'all both master it over time to the point where around the band, you can end up soldering copper around where you can stick crystals in. You can develop a face and an angle around it. I would love for you to do that.
You know what?
If I don't have the time, I would do it.
My husband, who's the Sagittarius, he's the engineer. I'm trying to get him to go ahead and start rapping.
My Saggy. My Mercury's a Sagittarius, so that's all I do is think stuff like this. I'm a Scorpio with a Mercury Sagittarius. Yeah, it's crazy.
I got a lot of Sagittarius on my side too, because we're right there.
Because we right there, yeah. We so close to November. We like full blown Novembers, but so Saggy right next door. Yeah, because we share November with them.
Yeah,
they share November with us.
Exactly, and he's like what, the 26th. And I'm the 16th. So close. So
that's literally Thanksgiving. That's Thanksgiving. 10
days.
That's the pagan holiday that America calls Thanksgiving. That's what that is.
Yeah. Well, most years his birthday will fall on that Thanksgiving, but not last year. It was like the 27th or some crap.
Yeah, man. Because I want a medallion like that too.
Yeah, it's a leap year this year too. But that serpentine. Crystal? No, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I want a medallion like that too, where you can take you could kind of like crochet, not crochet, but like take the copper, bend it against each other where it's pulling that way and it's pulling one way, and you make the holes where you can put the crystals in, right? But what you gonna do when you do that? You gonna drop them a certain length where they can sit on the back of another copper piece. But you're going to set it up when you do it. So what you're going to do is, after you put that copper piece down there, you're going to get some other copper, right? And you're going to weld it around it to like embed it in. or get to stay in how it should.
Yeah, to get it
And
to
then after that,
stay in. That's the
and then
whole
after that,
thing.
you gonna wrap, you gonna take and you gonna press it down, and you're gonna get another piece over it, like a mesh copper over it, where you can
Mhm.
still see the you can still see the crystals. They're gonna look nice. In that mesh copper, what you gonna do with that mesh copper? At around the edge of it, you're gonna get that tool. And what that tool I was talking about, man, I didn't forgot the name of the tool. And I was asking you, are you
I
good
don't
with
know,
it?
but I have like all of the little pinching tools that you wrap it with, but you can't break it because it's like a chopping tool too.
Yeah,
They're
I'm
like
talking
those
about the one that heat up, and the one that you
the soldering
the
iron.
soldering. Yeah. So what you
Yeah.
gonna do with that mesh piece? Cause that mesh
Mm.
piece holding the crystals in. You gonna put that mesh piece over top, and you're gonna solder it around the edge at the end,
Wow.
so it can just stick in. I think you see my
Check it out.
vision.
There's a guy, you know, the acacia wood. He takes the acacia wood bowls and he put a big ass magnet in there, and then he put crystals on
Ooh,
top, and he makes that a medallion
energy.
because the acacia wood is actually good for the crystals. He make that the medallion. He put the magnet
Why
in
is they
there.
called acacia wood? Where they get that wood from?
It's just a certain kind of wood. I have a
From
different things.
where? What's so special
Well,
about that wood? There's
well,
something special about it.
basically, they use it because it's spiritual wood. It's always been like a spiritual
I figured. Because you say the Akasha, I
giving
think of the Akashic
offerings
records when you
and
say the
putting in the
Akashic.
church and different things like that. Also, but it's good to physically cook on and eat on. It's a very high frequency wood, and they make plates and stuff out
Where
of
do I
it.
get this stuff from?
Eating, they sell it on Amazon. I have the little bowls because I use them for when I do my little offerings and whatnot. But I'm
Amazon.
about to get a set for regular eating because it's good regular than it's better than the plates that they got now. It holds the frequency. It actually raises the frequency of your food by eating.
So that
on
would be called. So that's really called.
it's
That's
microwavable too, but I wouldn't put it in.
truly eating with love. Then
Right, and that tree. Let's just look up the acacia tree now. So, right, the
yeah, I'm
serpentine.
curious. Interesting.
Pulled out the serpentine that you had, the crystal. Why I wanted to look that one up is because I knew before that the serpentine is a complex stone that is believed to have many healing benefits. This is what it is. So, detoxification stone, a heavy detoxification stone. So, say if you wear it, you might get dizzy. No. Yeah, certain people, if they're really sensitive to it, but it says cell and tissue regeneration, pain relief, and it's used for muscles and joint pain. For spiritual health, it is to channel the earth's calm stability and balance energy for spiritual work. So that was the serpentine one. But let's look at the acacia wood now, because I'm really into that. I'm about to get me a plate set for sure. So the acacia wood plate with benefits. Yeah. Acacia wood has been used in religious contexts throughout history. In the Bible, acacia wood was used to make that's what it was, the Ark of the Covenant. They made the Ark of the Covenant.
I knew something was important about it.
And that's what that held the 10 Commandments. Acacia wood also is a representation of immortality of the soul, reflecting the tree's evergreen quality. Physically, it's durable, water resistant, and it's resistant to fungus and decay. That's the good thing about it. It has a deep brown color, and its attractive grain is often used to make outdoor furniture. But I have my cutting boards are acacia wood. I have one of those I can show you right quick. Hold on real quick. I'm gonna grab one. But yeah, acacia wood is great. You can see the different looks of it. So, can you see this? See the stripes in it? Oh my God, where's the camera? Let me see.
Okay, right there. Oh, right there.
Yeah. Okay.
See it? It has the natural stripes in it.
Yeah.
Now these little offering bowls. They're little. And you get like 6 or 7 of those bowls in a bundle for less than $20. It's really affordable, but it's a great wood. You know, you can go in the microwave. I love how it doesn't mold, mildew. It's resistant to. Isn't that something? How something is created naturally resistant to bacteria and mold.
Wait.
So let's talk about this subject a little bit. We're coming into that. Belief versus facts. We could use that as a perfect example, right? Something that's naturally made, right? Even the crystals. Most crystals I find automatically have a protection offer some sort of protection quality. Most crystals. Now, just like this wood bowl, it's raw wood, you know, it's just made out of a bowl, and it's already bacteria resistant, it's fungus resistant, it's durable, water resistant, and it's raw. So we're talking about belief, right? Because some people believe in an unseen thing called God, right? And an unseen force, period. Some people believe. And then you have others that believe in universe, right? You have others that believe in a man, you know. And then we have the natural way of things. So then we have belief versus fact. Age-old topic, but we're still here jabbing at it, trying to break the code, because it certainly is a metaphysical code when you're talking about belief versus facts. But one thing in my experimentation with this is, and I've been thinking about this for a long time, belief doesn't replace action. And my belief doesn't put food on my table. I'm sure that's facts. I'm sure there's some people that can rationalize around that. But yeah, belief doesn't pay my bills. It's facts that's getting it done on my end. People say money is an illusion and it doesn't really exist. Okay. Try that when it's time to pay those bills. I'm sure there's at least one instance out there when a person said, yes, I had belief and I hoped, and the money showed up. Now, I have a story that one might try to use to prove that belief can solve problems, or, like I said, pay the bills and whatnot. The one time when I had first moved here, I had some difficulty with my job, and at that time, the bills were about to be due. And so I wasn't going to be able to, I had gotten another job, but I wasn't going to be able to get paid in time to meet that rent payment. And it was like my first couple of months being here, and I wasn't up on how things went, because in New York State, you might get, a few extra days, or you might could be working out with your landlord for a week or two, and he's like, as long as you pay me, that's fine, or whatever. Might be a little late charge, whatever have you. Here, if you're one day late after your rent is due, you can get evicted. And when you go to the court, they don't give you a standard of 30 days. They're calling the eviction people within the next 3 days to get you out. I'm like, no way, and me and mine getting ready to go through this. So what happened was, at that time, I was under the belief system of Christianity. And I remember praying to somehow get the money, because I think I had asked everyone I could ask and gotten results, and I was down to nothing. I guess I was down to my belief that evening, because in the daytime I'm actually going to have my behind on a job somewhere. You see what I'm saying? But that night, and like when your life is up against the wall and you like are in a situation, that nighttime can last forever. It could be like a long night. It's kind of like trying to get through the night, right? Things are better when the sun comes up. Anyway, I got my kids and whatnot. I'm stressed out. I'm up at night. They sleep, but I'm up thinking like, oh man, like what the fuck? Like, I just got here. I don't want to have to go back. My kids in school. Or it's just like, oh man. And this is like a big thing. We're not just moving from like one side of town to another. We're talking state to state, right? So back is up against the wall or whatever. I'm like, damn. Here comes a commercial. It's talking about these checks or whatever. I said, damn, if I get one of them shits, I'm cashing it. Why the next morning? It was a Saturday morning. I looked in my mailbox, and there was one of those checks that they was talking about. And it was for $5,000. And at that time, I was a bona fide Christian. I looked up to the sky. I said, they're not going to believe this one. I said, Jesus, mother, Nick. I hopped my ass in my car and I said, freak it. Now, I knew that there could be some complications at the bank, but I said, he didn't bring me this far to leave me. I'm talking about this mentality here, right? So I start throwing things out to myself. He didn't bring me this far to leave me. Okay, God bless the child that has his own. That's why it was in the box. Don't you even think about that. Okay, boom, it gets deposited. So I go home. I said, I got butterflies. What's happening here? So I went to sleep. I didn't think it was going to clear that one day for that much. And I was like, something said, check it. I checked it. Like 4 hours later, it had cleared. The bank closes early on Saturday. I hop my ass back in the car and I tear ass back to the bank. I'm standing in the line trying to make a withdrawal. And my heart's beating real fast. How much am I going to take out? I don't want to seem suspicious. So I'm going to take out $4,990. I'm going to leave 10 in there.
Terrible.
I get up to the thing with a withdrawal, but everything else is cool. It's my account. I have a license. And this had to be very new in the world of these checks being sent out to people. The bank wasn't privy to them yet, but Apparently, the news was the lady gave me 4,900 and something. I hauled ass out of there. Got in my car, turned on my gospel music, played it loud as it could go. Took my ass down to the rental office.
Was you playing Kirk
Singing and
Franklin?
dancing.
Was you playing
Singing and
Kirk?
dancing. Yeah, Kirk was popping at that time.
I knew it.
And I
I
took
knew
my
it.
ass down to the rental office where the hating ass black chick that wanted to see me get evicted was sitting behind the desk. Didn't think I was going to be able to make that payment. She thought she had me. But when I whooped out the cash and said, I'm here to pay my rent. And how much was the late fee? There you go. Now bye. Turn my gospel music back up. You know, lit me up a Newport 100.
Oh no, not the Newport 100. Not the new P.
Lit me up a Newport 100. Listen now. I was blessed enough to get me a pack. If it wasn't meant to be,
not the pack, not the whole new P pack. No.
But I've been quick. This was at that time. I'm talking about that mentality. Not only did I quit the Newport 100s, I quit that dang mentality too. Because it's so dualistic. I don't think I could work with that, you know? It supports the devilishment. It supports the holiness and devilishment. What do you want from me? It's the way the thing is set up, right? So I'm operating in it. I go and I tell my kids, hey, today's our lucky day. Get your shit on. We going shopping down to the Walmart. I bought my baby an electric scooter that she wanted and a couple of other things. I think my boy wanted some video games. I got him that. Got me a couple of things, you know, and got us some new undergarments and everything. Went and they even had some pizza, and I might have had me a box of wine that I bought from that also.
Hey.
Super blessed. And guess what? A lot of people got in a lot of trouble for that. You know? But at that time, it seemed to be legit. It was sincerely a blessing from above. And at that time, I believed it. But now the fact is, you know, it was what it was, and the statute of limitations is way gone already, or I wouldn't even be talking about it. But this is the mentality. But do you see, now let's expand that. Do you see how people operate in this world under that mentality, and they do some of the most devilish shit, and they say it's because it matches up with the word of God? It's what's going on. And belief has gotten the world in a freaking tizzy. It's gotten the world in a freaked up position, actually. And it's being used in such a
derogatory manner.
Absolutely.
In a derogatory manner.
You know, from the time you walk into the court and you have to put your hand on it and swear and this and that. And then it's also being used to justify wickedness in high places, aka the Catholic Church, and what they have been allowed to get away with without being jailed.
Pedophilia.
These are the things that belief has gotten this world into.
But
they
you know
will
what
even
what caused that belief?
Tell us.
Those promissory notes. Those promissory notes is what caused that belief. And those promissory notes have no value now.
Tell us how that links up, though. As we're talking, I don't know. It was
Because
nice,
money
but
is power. Money is power. If you got money, you got power. You control everything. You can buy people's loyalty. You can buy whatever you want from them because you got something that they
Apparently, their
need.
body parts are for sale.
Yeah, you can buy. That's how the world messed up. They took money and went too far with it. It don't got a value. It's material.
It started
But
when
that's
they
what created the belief system. That money's what helped create the belief system.
So stop right there. So are you saying this belief system was created to exploit others for money?
To some extent. Because look, think about it. I'm about to explain something about it. The money now don't have no value. The higher ups already made their money. So now they didn't took the value elsewhere. They took the value out the money. They took the gold. They took the money off the gold standards in the 70s. So this is the end effects of it. This is just the wavering effects now. The money don't have no true value now. So the price and the cost of everything going up, and what you paying with that same dollar that don't have a value. That's why everything's doubling. To get something out of it, it don't got a true value to it.
Right.
So it's like you playing a game that you'll never win. I don't care how much money you have. The value ain't in money no more.
So the value's not in money, right?
It ain't.
The value is in the belief of the people. And then that's where the money comes in.
Yeah.
So they gotta keep
the money's a tool. The money's a tool to keep the belief system of the people going. It's a bribery. The money bribe you into keep believing that way.
Yeah.
It's like the donkey and the carrot, or the horse and the carrot. They see that carrot and they gonna keep going.
True. Oh, that's definitely it too. In giving it to people that never had anything, you could get less and less.
They don't know how to act.
They never had the carrot. King Creed, what you think about this belief thing?
It's one of those things that is I feel like every person's belief is as strong as, I'm trying to think of the right word to use for it. If I believe in Jesus, that's what I'm going to stand on. That makes sense, right? Okay, that's what I mean. Your beliefs is, for me, all in what you're rooted in. Some people might be rooted in Christianity. Some people might be rooted in spirituality, depending on, when they came to their consciousness and so on and so forth. But I believe it's whatever you believe in is what you rooted in. And then what's your perception of reality? I think that plays a big role in your belief system. It's your perception of reality. There's times I can go to church and get a whole entire good ass message and be perfectly fine, and don't have to necessarily go to join that church. I'm just going to go get a message, but part of my belief system in spirituality is any and everything can be a message. You just have to be the person to, I don't know. You have to be the person to go out and find it. And then, your beliefs at the same time is, I don't know. Yeah, it goes back to what I was saying. It's all, to me, it's all about what you're rooted in. You know, what you believe in is what you take and you hold sacred to yourself. And but sometimes you got to be careful. I feel like sometimes you also got to be careful in what you believe in, because sometimes things can be bullshit. And if you don't do some type of research, you can fall into bullshit. I think that's happened to a couple of us before, but I mean, that's just my idea. That's just my thoughts.
That's facts. Research is definitely the key, but it seemed to me like, you know, let's just talking about the melanated community, and I just want to announce I put a phone number I have up for anyone out there that wants to call in and give their opinion of, you know, what's going on with this belief versus facts in our community, because it's not really helping to advance our community, in my personal opinion. And so, yes, I invite you to call in. And if you just like to support the channel, you know, please leave any sort of a donation at our Cash App. Would be $Tanya 1116. It is appreciated. Back to the subject. In my opinion, belief was up in the air. I would go and apply for a job, and I believed that I knew that it was a fact that I qualified, and I believed that I had an opportunity to receive the job. The fact of the matter is, until you get that call, you really don't know. Of course, you want to, you know, manifest it, and that's the frequency you're thinking about, and you get the call, it works. You don't get the call, you try again. You have to chalk that up to someone else's prayers, maybe got to God faster, and maybe they were a bit stronger, and that is why they got picked for the position and not you. Does anyone think that that's how this goes?
No,
because I don't think so. But if we put it to the way that we are taught, then we have to examine that.
But you know, they teach us that way so that way they can play. I feel like they teach us that way so they can play on the other end, meaning that they're gonna tell you one thing to keep your mind focused on the reason why they did that, but that really ain't the reason behind it. Because if you really know the true reason, you wouldn't even apply. You wouldn't even want to be there. You go elsewhere. You wouldn't waste your time.
That's the thing. I was gonna make a note right there. We think that once we get the information, the facts, that we would change our belief and actually change the action. But what I'm seeing is no, they actually are seeing the facts, but they will not change. I mean, it's our community pretty much. And does that have something like, what is that? Why to know the truth and not let go because you have this belief.
Stubborn. Black people are very stubborn. They set in their ways.
Right.
So they don't understand. We don't have time. So you're gonna have to see something happen to somebody in order for you to change. That's the only way they can understand.
Or is it that they need their oppressor to get on a stand and say, listen, this is not real. It was created.
That ain't gonna help. That ain't gonna help.
I believe that the Black church would still hold on to the whole concept, even if they got on TV today and said
they stuck in their ways. The spell is deep in people stuck in their ways.
You know what killed us?
Do you think, okay, so we're praying for our liberation. There's a lot of us. So say the conscious community.
No, we already liberated. We're liberated already. We just not free.
Right.
We liberated, we not free. It's a difference.
Absolutely. But say we are using their method and saying we're meditating and praying that they shall, you know, come to the light or whatever, and it's just not happening. More of our young men are dying. The whole Sodom and Gomorrah philosophy out there now. You got the sexy reds, you got the whole situation. It's just going down, down, down. You got the poverty out there, you got the adults that are contributing to it, you know, and it's not looking so great. And then you have the unity fighters and the unity leaders that are trying to reach the people and get out there and talk with them and whatnot. And you might get a couple or whatever, but we're talking about crowds of people agreeing to the facts and the truth. That is the hardest part. Like, what is it that would make a melanated person hold so tight to someone else's spiritual beliefs? Because even if you go to Africa now, the white Jesus has taken over wherever the Islamic community is not. From what I'm hearing and seeing, and I have family that's on the ground there, he's everywhere. And the people are not in a good state. They in need. There's scarcity under that. I'm thinking they need to put that down and go back to their original gods and goddesses that have the earth. You have the gods, you know, of the water, the earth, the land, you know, even the indigenous. Every culture was connected to the land through their own characters that they can have. If that's the case, make up your own. I think that they would serve you better than your oppressors.
They don't want that.
It don't make sense.
They want to be like their oppressors. They want what their oppressors have.
And it's like you would rack your brain trying to figure out, because it's got to be some sort of psychological thing. Like if we're saying okay, so now let's flip it. We're dealing with facts. What under the headline of facts would have a person latch on to something that has nothing to do with them? Okay, we say
they've been conditioned.
But we're not
they've been conditioned and oppressed over the years. They have been oppressed.
Well,
they've been conditioned because we are starting to do the same thing to our people. The same way we treat our people the same way. That's years and years of oppression. Ain't no other way to say it. We've been oppressed for years and years.
Generational. It makes it become generational.
Yeah, and it bleeds through the generation to the next generation. That's trauma. That's it becomes psychological.
Psychological trauma, absolutely.
Yeah.
But when we're talking to our people and we're explaining that, you might get come Sunday, or when, you know, in these events, is still buying into it. Here come the holiday.
Look at it like this.
Look at it like
this. Because they subconsciously not aware that they already there. It's in the subconscious and it's constantly seeping through. But subconsciously, you don't know what's going on, what you gonna do about it. They not self-aware, so they can't subconsciously see what's going on because they lack self-awareness. They don't do the shadow work.
Yes.
You know what I said the other day? I said if I ever had a house, I would have a room just with mirrors and water alone in it.
Explain.
Yeah. Reflection, energy, releasing energy.
Hold on. Explain the importance and the shadow work of mirrors. Because some people think
shadow work, you know,
nothing to do with that.
You looking at self and you trying to understand the other side of self. You reflecting with self.
Mirrors
it's a reflection thing.
That's what they were created for, actually. You know, when they were doing metaphysical experiments. Because just like the phone, when you talk about, you know, this is a black mirror. And a lot of us, you know, they have some fugazi teachers and preachers or whatever they have out there. They think that into this on speaking online is no thing, but actually they're reflecting that same thing back to themselves. So whatever they're saying to someone else, that'll be correct because it flips right back to the person. You know, this is literally a tool. Yeah, a tool, a magical tool. The mirror, the black mirror. You know. But yeah. So when we're explaining things as far as belief, we have to start from like, I always feel like I don't have enough time, you know, just in passing, that I'll be able to explain what a person needs to know for them to become liberated. We gotta build a relationship. I'm gonna have to see you on a consistent basis because this is nothing. You gotta dig in layers. You know what I'm saying? So it would be a thing that group participation as we're learning pretty much is how it has to be done, because you just can't get this information in passing, or they would have to commit to, like, say, watch the videos or get a channel that they can actually get some tidbits of knowledge that they can apply, right? We know that we need unity. We know that we need to come together, but we can't come together and separate at the same time. That's not going to work. And we got to work through our differences so we can remain a group, you know? Or this one gets booted off, that one gets booted off, but, you know, one day somebody gonna piss you off.
Real bad too.
And that's the part of us working together. It's just like Brother Rizzy, we talked earlier. You said, yeah, I can come on. We talked about the topic. You said you love the topic or whatever. Okay. Now, here comes the time to come on and say something happened that kept you from signing on or whatever. Here I am. I could have had an attitude about it. I could have reacted. But we're part of a group. And I'm a person that things happen to me at the last minute too. So how can I, you know, judge someone else without knowing exactly what happened? I would have to talk to you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So there is a way. Like, it doesn't always have to be war. That's a fact. That's not a belief. You know how the Bible says it's a time for war, it's a time for peace, it's a time to kill, it's a time to murder, it says. It's a time to live and a time to die and a time for this and that. I'm like, okay. But it doesn't have to be that way.
Right.
There's a lot of, you know, even though someone that's caught up in belief, they could easily believe that, because I did. And then, you know, there's a notion of truth to it, but it's not 100%.
Because the Bible's man-made. It has so much things that were written in there by man. They had to take out 67 other books to make it valid. When you got to take away from something that's true to add your own to add your own false truth to it, then that's a form of indoctrination. You're trying to indoctrinate other people.
Yeah, because it probably was the true books that got taken out, you know. And then I want to announce that
King James took them out.
Yeah,
he took out 67 books.
You have to study, right? I don't think, you know, our people, they open a book, boom, 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 they pass those first 3 pages. Even if they read them, it may not register that King James was not a biblical person. That
was what you call it, lover. What's the old boy name? Shakespeare's lover. Him and Shakespeare's were lover.
Shakespeare, yeah. Right. Exactly.
Shakespeare and King James wrote the Bible. So
If you said
sat
that,
down and write the
if you would have said that to my grandmother about
even a
her
problem
Bible,
because
she
of
probably
their
would have looked
beliefs.
at you like, I don't think so. You know, it's like,
But you got to remember the spell was deeper back then for their generation.
oh man, the
You
spell
can't
is
tell us
still
that.
super
We
deep.
ask questions. My
Look at the
generation,
young people.
80s babies, we got our butts whooped for asking questions that they couldn't answer.
Yes, they're killing each
That
other.
was one of them kids. I asked questions and they didn't have no answer. Why Jesus white? It wasn't an answer
Come
for
on,
me.
John, stop answering. What? Stop asking questions. What they say? Go to your room. Stop
Something
asking.
crazy. Go play. Go somewhere.
You
Go
might
play
get the
something.
strap for your behind for that one because that blew them out the water. And the
But
thing
we
about it
Scorpios,
is,
you don't know what we gonna say to you.
you know, we're
Especially
gonna
when we
study.
young, we ain't got no filter. So
When
we
I was
gonna
a kid,
ask you.
yes, you're gonna get
I
the
got
question
trouble
and
from my
everything.
mouth. I got trouble from my mouth as a kid.
If you was brought up in a West Indian family, did you stay getting popped in the mouth?
You know it.
Oh my goodness. But that's where it
So-
is. The children will have those questions because I know mine did. They was like, "Oh, we couldn't wait for you to stop messing with that craziness, Mom."
Ah.
Now, certain books that are there, like the Psalms, and you have your Proverbs, you
Different.
have different little things
Proverbs.
like that.
Proverbs mean
Right.
proverbs.
We understand that they were not originated there. They were actually written in Kemet, you know. They were written on the pyramid walls. A lot of the scrolls and different libraries that they had that they came along and discovered after the fact, those things are called plagiarized. And then they turn around and created a copyright so that you couldn't take it back. But
they created laws and
not
what
facts. The facts is we have taken it back because we are learning our own science now the right way in the African perspective that we're supposed to have it. And well, it took 500 years, but we're here now. So now what?
they're gonna start doing other things that they not supposed to do, and they're gonna create something that they ain't supposed to create. But guess what? I don't know if you've been paying attention though. They're starting to feel the effect of what we've been dealing with 400 plus years because the government done turned on them now.
Absolutely.
And they want us to feel sorry for them, but I don't feel sorry for them.
Did I just get a
I
message?
don't.
What was that? Uh-oh. Many don't, but that's the
I
thing.
don't feel sorry for them.
For the amount of them that are still in the matrix, let's just say, it's a lot, and they can actually hold others back with that at this time, because we're talking about laws being passed and different things in that arena that once they're done, it's some years before they can be undone. And so these times are very crucial. Brother Raheem, can you hear us? I know you're on mute, but I didn't know if you want to chime in right quick, or brother, what we got? King Creed.
Yo.
You're up, and then Brother Raheem, introduce yourself and give your opinion. We got King Creed coming up.
Well, so what am I? I was listening, but I was also moving and shaking in the background. The old lady come back later on tonight, so I'm trying to make sure.
Oh, cool. Right. She's coming back from a trip. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we were just talking about the topic, facts versus belief, and if you put it in a person's face, they need to deal with it. But these times are crucial, and like Brother Rizzy said, we don't have time for no bull crap. So it's kind of like we're at the time where it's like, okay, we're gonna have to just do us, right? And like I was saying, my philosophy is take care of what you have to do in your tribe, right? Get that under control, and that in turn will speed up the process, because one person is bringing under their wing an entire tribe, so to speak. Let's say, for instance, me, I might have 10 or 15 in my tribe, so to speak. I'm making it my business to have talks with them. We do video calls. That's how we communicate, if not face to face for the ones that aren't near. But we are in communications. We have a plan if, things are getting hectic and chaotic and whatnot. And that happened because one person took the initiative for their tribe. How you doing? Are you working? No. Okay, we got to get you a job. Boom. Got to help my niece get a job. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Put it in her head. We're so separate, and even in our immediate families, like sisters and brothers and whatnot, we need to be more closer.
I mean, the thing is, and it's something I had a conversation with another person about. We just have to start learning how to deal with ourselves, and just deal with like what you just said. Just deal with our tribe, deal with our own people, and deal with the people who vibe on the same frequency as us. We got to understand that not everybody's going to take the things that are true, that you can put in their face. You can show them all the evidence. You can get a time machine. They can see the same shit. It can be all of that. But
you be with the book. It's right here. It's right in this chapter.
Yeah,
on this line.
But you know what? It's like grandma. It's like what grandma used to always say. You can take a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. I can give you all these facts. But
you can make him drink though, but it would require a foot up his ass.
Well, then you ain't making them drink. You making them drink by force. They gotta do it by free will.
But when you have no time, if you have no time, listen to me.
But that's the thing. We don't have to have. We're worrying about time for all of us as a collective. If I worry about Thomas, and Brother Rizzy worries about Brother Rizzy, and Sister Tanya worries about Sister Tanya, we can all come to collectively together. But the thing is, some of us try to save the world and realize we can't save the world until we save ourselves.
Yourself.
Like they always say, if you want to be the change, if you want to see change in the world, be the change. Exactly. That's where it starts. That's what they always say. So
that takes time. That takes leadership, consistency, and you need to do it so your tribe, people that you're around every day, can see it. And that's where I'm at right now. Actually, that's where I've been. I mean, I've already been I've done that, but I'm not saying I can't do it again. But I kind of want to try something different in my own lane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've done the sidewalk thing, the pop-up cookout thing, the going to the the places, the soup kitchens, and serving and cooking and feeding there, and been there and done that. I got a little resume, but I'm not saying that I can't continue doing it. I'm just saying that I'd like to try a different approach personally. My approach, helping people on one-on-one basis, because what I find out is in the crowds is fine. You get a general awareness, but then you got to keep going, and that takes time, and that takes relationship, that takes building, that takes tools, and it may take money, um to say literally that that's what we're doing, because other than that, we're just talking. They might receive it, but there's no application. It takes time, even with yourself. When you're implementing a change, it takes time. Now, we talked about not having time, but I've also experienced where you can condense on your end what needs to be done. Like, listen, I know you feel this way and this and that, and this and that. But for right now, we just got to get this done, and then we can move on to the next thing. We don't secure this, there is no that. You understand? Do you understand? And it's going to take pretty much, like they say, choose your words and be careful what you say. But when you're having a one-on-one conversation with somebody, keep it all the way 100. Because that's what we don't have time to do. Is bullshitting with these words. Because we understand, like, we could be talking nice and this and that. But as a melanated person, we got to get passionate and talk like with power, because other than that, people think you joking and don't take you serious.
I mean, we can't be ashamed, and another thing is we can't be ashamed of voicing how we feel and voicing
that too.
That inner person, that inner black man, that inner black woman. I think the one thing is, it's like monkey see, monkey do. If I don't see a whole bunch of people doing that, I ain't going to
I'm not doing it, right.
It's the same mentality. If I see two black people running, I'm running. If they going in the same goddamn direction, I'm going in the same goddamn direction with them. Now, why do we do that?
Perhaps not, because they could be being chased. And if you go in the same direction, you're getting chased.
But that's a little joke that black folks been saying for years. But then at the same time, there's some actual stupid people that actually do some dumb shit like that. I mean, like I said, it's the world we live in. We're living in a reality where everybody's living in a VR world.
Common sense isn't common. And most people aren't. They don't think logically.
It's so crazy. I just said that to somebody the other day. Common sense ain't common. A lot of people use their emotions, but they put their emotions in a logical situation. And they put their logic in an emotional situation. They got the feelings and the logic switched around, so it never makes sense. Because you cannot pay bills with emotions. You can't tell your boss, you can't tell your landlord, okay, I don't got the rent money. And you can't tell your boss, I don't feel like coming to work today because I'm sad. They don't care that you sad. You got a job. The logic is you got a job. You got to get there.
You run home. They say run home and get on your knees and pray. But what do you do after that?
Pray to who? Pray to who? Who are you praying to? But who are you praying to?
You gotta do something. Yeah, right? Jesus might advise you to go ahead and pawn that big ass gold chain you had and take your children grocery shopping.
Jesus, huh?
He might tell you that. Yeah.
Why Jesus? Like why Jesus? Why gotta be Jesus?
Because that's the main character that most of the melanated people hold on to. We don't have to talk to the Muslims like that, because they have Allah, and he actually seems to be progressing them. He progresses them financially, and perhaps physically, because they own every corner store there is and every gas station. And so Allah is really working for them in that manner. They can feed their families and travel and own every store in my neighborhood.
But the thing is, they have unity. That's the one thing that they have that we
right.
have. And it don't matter how sarcastically you talk about it, no matter how much you want to talk about it, the reality is they're more organized than we are. And the reason why a lot of the elites don't fuck with them the way that they are, it's because by the time you really realize who one of them motherfuckers are, they done shot your ass. And it can be a normal, regular ass black person. You think we all look the same, so shit. You gonna have to eradicate all of us if you end up doing some dumb shit like that. But that's the reality. They're well organized. They have things well thought out, no matter how you want to put it, no matter what your feelings on them are. They're well thought out. They have something that the black community don't have, and that's unity, community. They teach their own.
Well, that's the thing. We have a community of black Muslims, and for the most part, it works for them. You do have the part that they didn't take it seriously and whatever have you. They bullshitted around with it, but for the most part, the black Muslim community, it does work for them. It works for them financially. It works for them how they raise their children. Their children is not out in the street doing this and that and whatnot. So it is working for them, that system. Even though we're not, because when you talk about belief and facts, it's actually in the same category as Christianity. But they are applying it, and it is working for them. Now, Christianity is being applied, and it is working, but it is working for the creators of it. You can call them white supremacy or whatever you want to say, but the creators of it is working for them. It is progressing them. The only people it is not progressing is the black people. Okay, the black church. As much as you want to say you're elite in this and that, no way, because it's not helping with the crime that black people commit amongst one another, how we think about one another. We look at each other, we roll our eyes and this and that. We got the cross on. Okay, you want to get fighting this and that. You wearing all
that
your
cross.
Christian
If you turn that cross the sideways, it's an X. And on top of that, how is the church ever helping with us if all they doing is taking money donations? What do they help with?
Well, the thing is, the people, they give and they give and they give, but when it's time for them to get something, they can, if they
never
need
do.
500, they can only get 100, say. What, you need 500 to save the day, but they can only give you 100. And if you actually tally up what you gave them, it's probably like 1,000.
Tenfold.
So that I never understood. They do have churches that help, but it's actually the Catholic charities places. They have the resources. The black church has to worry about their pastors and ministers misusing and robbing their resources.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on to that thought.
That's a
perfect thought. That's a perfect thought of the oppression I was telling you. We starting to do those same things to our people that's been done to us. They doing in the church. They taking these old folks' money that these old folks didn't work so hard for back in the days when things was really hard and they couldn't get a penny. They take all that money, man. So much going, these old folks ain't realizing that.
Now the reality is, if they worked it, it would work for them. But no, they're taking what we call the bleep Iggerish, the Iggerish mentality, and they take that into the house of God. Now the Bible was talking about how Jesus got pissed off and he went in there and turned over the tables and he was ready to turn up when he seen all the debauchery going on in the temple. And so what do they think now? They're praising and they're doing whatnot. It says he's coming back for a church and he's looking for a good one. And so there's going to be a lot of ass kicking when he comes back. Actually, if this is their belief, then they have to also understand they're not going to be in a good place. That is their scripture.
Everything that they try to believe backfired on them.
But it's another thing. The black church doesn't even read the scripture. You might have some that want to be preachers, and so they delve into the book, but seminary school doesn't take you down the real road of what this word says, because it can be construed in so many different ways. It could be a book of astrology, it could be a sun book, it could be a spell book, it could be a book of witchcraft, real easy. It could be it can be interpreted on so many different levels, and they're all valid. So that's the mystery of that concoction. But like I said, a lot of their original writings that actually give it any foundation came from our people in ancient Kemet. Okay.
Of course.
And seriously, if they would take out all of the foundation that we provide, it would probably float away. Because the rest of it is filled with a lot of illusion. Elijah, he had these visions. He went to 7th levels of heaven and all of this crap. He was high as shit, if you asked me. Other than that, like, come on. Now, in ancient Kemet, it was actually possible to have these type of visions, but they were actually using substances and tools.
Yeah, Kush. Smoking on that Kush.
Where is the truth in the Bible? What did they use? Because it was something. It's just a lot. And like you said,
what's that stuff called? What's that stuff called that comes from the trees?
What, sap?
I forgot. MS, not MSD, but MTG or whatever it is.
MCT. It's coconut.
What's that stuff called that comes from the tree? People will be doing it.
I don't know. Sap.
Yeah, it comes from the tree. Nah, it's called M something.
I have no idea. That's something to look into. They got certain plants and leaves that'll give you a whopping feeling. Brother Raheem, how do you think about what's your take on belief versus facts? And is it helping our community?
That's what it's called. It's called DMT.
It comes from trees? I didn't know that.
Yes, DMT comes from trees and plants. DMT.
While we have Brother Raheem is on mute, I don't know if he can hear us. He said DMT.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
I think they was on DMT.
It says it's structurally similar to magic mushrooms. They got everything in here, but they don't want to tell us that it comes from trees.
Nah.
I know where to find that. They don't want to tell you that much. It's a certain bark. Because most barks are medicinal. They actually have a bark that cures herpes, but they got to find out which one it is. Because if I say it, boom, I'm going off my platform. But there is a tree bark that cures it. So get on that research. But yeah, this is how I surfed through religions, right? Because I started with the Nation of Islam, right? I was a young lad, 15, and that's when it was introduced to me. I went through the mathematics and whatnot. I got my knowledge of self. I acquired my name. My name at that time, this was in the 80s. In the 80s, I was called Queen Beautiful Reflection in that group at that time, right? Which was pretty deep. Fast forward into now, I'm like, wow, okay. But I did automatically click with their information and their doctrine because it was science-based. right?
Right.
You got to know all the planets names. You had to know the zodiacs and whatnot. You had to know your distances from the sun to the earth and from the
What was we
moon.
trying to get? Like, I mean, I don't know how the women do it, but I know the men be trying to get the X. You gotta know a lot of your stuff to get your X. Look at what
You're
the women get.
breaking up. I think
said,
you gotta back up from the mic.
Can you hear me now?
Say it again. Yeah.
I said, I don't know what the women do, but I know the men do a lot. They be trying to get their X. I don't know what the women do. I know the men do a lot of studying to get their X. I don't know what.
Oh, right, the X, right.
Yeah,
Now,
I don't know what the women do.
Yeah, well, like I said, I was in the Nation of Islam. It's a little different than the actual, well, it's called the Nation of Gods and Earths, which is one sector. That's the one that I was in because they called the females Earths. And basically, the men named the females because they actually adopted the part out of Islam where the woman is beneath the man or behind him, literally having to walk behind him and whatnot. And they also adopted the law about having more than one wife. So it began to actually look like, okay, yeah, this is something that was exploited. The women were taken advantage of, but it all depends on the people. So what we have to admit is within the Black community are a bunch of infiltrators that look just like us, but they not us. And so
they not like us.
Listen, we got such a task because we're at war within a war. Because we have so many enemies that look like us out there. You understand? And it just is what it is. Let's face it. There are some people out there that will run into you. They don't care about your family. You got a kid, this, that, and the other. They will take what you have and kill you. And they're not worried about no brother and no sister. Let's just keep it a buck. So we're at war within a war. We would like to think that we could trust our brothers and sisters out there. But like they say in that Bible, which they got from ancient Kemet, you must try the spirit by the spirit. You understand? Just like Jesus said, if you approach a person with your doctrine and they're bugging out or whatever like that, keep it moving. Don't even look back. You know? And so that is actually the point in time that we're in right now, which is why they say we don't have time.
You can't save everybody. You can only save yourself right about now.
Exactly. And we're either like-minded or we're not.
Right. It ain't no in between.
We can't come together and be shunning each other at the same darn time. That's confusing. Either you my brother or you're not. Either I'm your sister or I'm not. There's no iffy, sometimey shit going on. Because that's how a person operate when they operate on belief. The fact of the matter is, none of us are actually better than anyone other of us. But we do have spiritual gifts that set us apart from one another. That's a fact. And everybody has their own. It's up to you to find yours. And you will be pushed and thrust into finding what your gifts are in these next couple of months. When shit get heavy. Just as simple as that. In every sector, there's a possibility of shit getting crazy. That's just a fact. The food, the air, the water. Ain't no telling what they're gonna drop on us next. What, lead and manganese, I hear? Who in the hell needs lead? That can't be. That better not be. Crazy though. But I do know there's a lot of mental illness popping off. So something is doing something. Yeah, that's just a fact. If we're gonna be unified, we have to be that. And that's another thing. We don't have to like everything about each other. We do not have to like. We don't even gotta like each other, but we gotta have a
I
common
like y'all
ground.
though. I like the
I
nine
like
of y'all.
y'all. Okay,
You
I
know
got
what?
mad
I
love
like
for
You're
the nine of
right.
y'all, man. I
But
respect y'all, man.
let's say one of you say, "Yo, my sis gotta show him and see if she lets you come on or whatever." We give that person, let them come on or whatever. I don't have to love them for them to come on the show. They gotta
Right.
be right, like-minded. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody
Maybe
told
if
me the
things
other day
are
they love me.
consistent, I could say, "Oh, okay, I get to know that person a little bit, this and that." Then we can say, "Yo, I got mad love for you," or whatever, or "I have love for you."
That
That's the
part.
thing.
Yeah.
As
That
brothers
part.
and sisters, we got to come back to that basic. You know what I'm saying? Just because I see another melanated being, right from there should be a level of respect.
Right. Right.
And you could
That's
call
why
that
I always
love or
say one
whatever.
love. That's why I
But
always
that's
say
the
love.
thing. We got
Rather
to
give a
try the
love
spirit by the
than
spirit.
the opposite.
Because there's
You know
some
what I'm
brothers
saying?
and sisters out there that don't give a shit. What you were saying, Brother Raheem?
That's why I always say
Yeah.
one love, because I'd rather show love than show the opposite. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
me,
I would
you
too.
give people that honor. You know what I mean? Like it's always gonna be one love, and that ain't even got to be a racial thing. Like you could be somewhere in damn Russia and be the only black man out there. You in the military, and you still want to show people that honor. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
it's just one love naturally, and then if they cross that line, then you got to show them that the other side.
And it's funny because we have such separation and all, and we understand why. But when you're in a situation such as like being in the army or whatever, and say you have your platoon or whatever, it could be any nationality. You guys are brothers.
Right.
You might end up with a best friend that's a whole nother nationality. That's your man for life.
Right. Right. And going into the military, I didn't like white people. I swear, like, man, listen, I got a homie that was stationed with me, a few homies that's still cool with me. They'll tell you to this day, like, yo, Raheem was militant. He ain't like them white folks. My baby mom, I met her when we was on the same boat. I used to cuss out her crew because she was cooning for them. You know what I mean? She'd be like, hey, they're good guys and all that. I'm like, nah, you in there flirting with them motherfuckers. like I used to cuss people out, man. But you just learn. My homeboy, my old head used to be like, hey, you gotta learn how to play the game, man. And it took me a long time to learn how to play the game with these crackers. You know what I'm saying? But once I actually learned it, I just started doing it my way because I just couldn't sell myself short. That's one of the main reasons why I'm out of the military, because I would have probably made higher rank, but I was sold myself short. You know what I mean? Like I would have been basically a damn coon, a Masonic coon at that. You know what I mean? Because in the Navy, to make chief, you got to take the Mason rights, and they don't do the Prince Hall lodges. They do the military way. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want nothing to do with that. So
interesting.
Yep. So I learned quickly in the game what to do and what not to do, and I'd rather just have my honor. You know what I mean? Like if I would have stayed in the military, I'd probably return within like a year or two from now, like 20 years. But I still missed that check. But at the end of the day, I still got my honor. You know what I mean? I got homeboy.
You mean in order for you to be up in ranks, you would have had to do stuff to other brothers that wasn't,
to make rank, like to make chief. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you have brothers in your division, in your platoon, and you're the higher ranking. You know what I'm saying? And that young brother, he keeps on getting in trouble, right? In order to save his career, you have to basically let the white folks, let the white chiefs and all them know, like, look, I'm for my people first. You know what I'm saying? But there's brothers that's in the military that's not like that. They will shit on the young brothers just so they can make rank, or they could be in good standards with the white folks. So there's a whole lot of cooning. Whole lot of cooning. Me, I got it.
You're not looking at it like that. they're actually looking at everybody on the same, like, it's crazy how another melanated person could actually look at another melanated man like they're equal to, someone that's not melanated. They're looking at each other like that, and it's just like, wow, okay.
I used to think, honestly, I used to have a little prejudice towards my brothers in the South. I used to think that there's a lot of coons in the South. Nah, it's coons everywhere. You know what I'm saying? The one chief I'm talking about in particular, he's from Detroit. You know what I mean? And I got a dude who I was beefing with while I was in the Navy. He from out North Philly. He made chief, but he cool and taking pictures with the white folks, chilling with them, having dinners and lunch with them and shit. And I'm looking at him like, yo, this is how you was when I knew you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are a successful coon. Salute. And it is what it is. You know what I mean? I have no envious or jealousy towards him. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you did 20 years in the Navy and you're still cooning. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
a lot of them that actually make it out, they have a certain mentality. I know, because my father is a retired Navy vet, and he has a lot of his political views. We certainly do not agree, especially at this point in time. And so it's like, but yeah, I get it, Brother Raheem. No, I mean, I'm sorry, excuse me, brother Rizzy. We did a 3-hour show last night, and I was up early today, so y'all forgive me. I have to get some more rest, but I wanted Brother Rizzy to give us his closing remarks and things before we close out for the evening. It's almost 9:45, and time just flew by. It just seemed like we were on here for not that long, but close us out, Brother Rizzy.
I mean, my whole thing on facts and belief, I feel like facts are things that should bring more self-awareness, if not already enough. Beliefs are illusions of what you want to see, but it's not actually what's happening. When people take the time to differentiate, that's when true reality will happen. But until then, people gonna be how they are.
Yes. And so we just have to look after ourselves and our tribes. And no one can fault you for that. You got a lot of people, you need to come out and do this and that and that and that and this. And what you have going on isn't, you need to make that tight first. There's an order. And I think next week we're going to go right into the next topic, which is going to be something near the taking care of your own situation. As Brother Raheem would say, do for self. I really do like that title, and absolutely, that looks like a lot of things for a lot of different people. Doing for self is something different. Your needs are different from others' needs, but whatever it is, it needs to get done. And because things for us are going to get harder when you're not part of the free enterprise. We got to get free to be part of the free enterprise, to be able to have the opportunities to earn and create just like anybody else.
Yep.
And with that note, we are going to humbly sign out until next Sunday. Like I said, when we come on with our topic, we'll announce exactly what it is. And also, I wanted to talk about, I will be on, sparingly throughout the week whenever I get a chance to jump on. And I'm actually going to do a formal show to show my website finally. Guys, I'm a lot more than a podcaster.
You're
I
an
have
innovator.
I have a mega mall. Thank you, Brother Raheem. I am trying, you know.
Innovator.
But when you don't have a big marketing budget, it is hard to get yourself out there.
I
And
wish
if
you
the
did.
people
I
that
wish
you
you
deal
did.
with, you know, if the people that you deal with don't share your shit,
Right. It's
then
all
it's
good though.
even
You just
harder
keep
to get
pushing though.
circulated. You know, it'll happen. It just takes a lot more time, you know. But I got all the time that it's gonna take. But if you get a chance, people out there, definitely check out my drop shipping mall, which has almost everything. But the thing is, if you look on the site and you don't see what you want, our main niche is we have customer service. If you hit the chat, you'll come directly to me and we can talk about exactly what you need. I can plug you in and go in and pick out the product and upload it onto the site where you can purchase it. And, you know, I can provide you with a link. So it's anything. We are actually working on our own little bleep azon. You can't say the name. Bleep azon. We're working on our own bleepazon. Okay, you got that? And so you can check it out at www.tanya23.com, and that's /mega mall. I'll put the link here, www.tanya23.com /mega mall. And I have to put that in the other comment. But yeah, there we go. Peace.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My phone kicked me off. I don't know what was going on with the phone. I'm so
Listen,
sorry.
that's okay. That actually is what happened to me
It
last
kicked
week.
me
Remember,
off.
you guys were all on and I got kicked
Right.
off. So I'm like,
That's
what the heck?
crazy.
But this
Mine's gonna
we're
kick
going
me
through
off.
a lot of sun flares and different things like that. There's a lot of reasons why technology is what it is. Like I was just talking to Brother Raheem, he dropped off, and then you came back in. So hey, I was just telling people that when they get a chance to definitely visit my mega mall. I don't really ask for donations and out here begging for money and whatnot, but I have my own mall where I sell products that they get shipped right to your home. And I also have my organic skincare company where I create your products with my hands. Okay. And some of my lovely positive energy is all in my products. And I take pride in my trademarked body butters. And the main one is a summer product and it's called Bug Away Butter. Okay. No more mosquitoes. And if you were to get bit before you got my butter, it treats the after bites also. Those itchy bites, and it won't bruise your skin up and make a nasty mark. You know, so I do have a trademark product, and actually all of my healing body butters and products fall under my trademarked name, which is Shea Butter Me by Tanya23. And yes, I'm making myself market myself because I'm talking about subjects and different things like that are on my mind, and that is socially we need to talk about right now. But I also have to remember to plug in what I do. You know what I'm saying? So, and I also do numerology reports. I do star charts and just complete what they call it, spiritual coaching. You know, I do readings and different things. So I am like a jack of all trades and master of just a couple, but I have a lot of gifts, and so you don't have to master things. Yeah, you know, you don't have to master it when it's your gift. What you say, brother?
Progress. You'll get there.
Yes, absolutely. We shall all, you know, if we keep working at it. So until then, I want you guys to get on over to check out that mall. And I have so many things on my website, but I have a social media site that say we're in a Mercury retrograde and Facebook just won't let you on, and say
Right.
you want to have another place where you can actually talk and be yourself. Like Twitter or X isn't the only place out there, because Tanya23.com has her own social media and it's called Chatterbox. I will put the link up. It's Chatterbox. That's my original name that I made for it. So I will share the link in my bio. I have like a bio page with all these links for everything that I do. So I start sharing that as well. But anything you want to plug in, Brother Rizzy? You are in your cooking challenge, right? Are you still doing that?
Yeah, I mean, I've slowed down a little because I picked up a couple extra jobs to accumulate some money to buy the things I need, so that way, somewhere down the line, I won't have to work for people as much.
Right.
So I'm slowly
Awesome.
working on making progress towards myself. I'm on,
Yes.
we Scorpio, so people don't help us. We're gonna put in the work ourselves. It may take us a while, but when we get there, we get there.
Yeah, because what you're doing, we formulate everything in our mind first, like every little detail. Right. That's how I wrote my book. Like I knew how I was going to do it, the cover and everything. And after I got everything, after I got everything built up in my mind, then I went and I created it. It's crazy. But when I do like a lot of things that way, I'll have constructed in my mind, then I'll just go do it. And it looks like procrastination, but it's not. That's what it looks like to others.
It's the same way for me too, sister. I have everything in my mind, right? And then I see it and I slowly think about it, and then it slowly come to me. It all full out in detail and everything.
I actually have a conscious that will be like, you got to finish doing that. It's a voice.
Likewise, it'll bother you.
Yeah.
It won't leave you alone.
Exactly. And it has helped me accomplish everything that I have accomplished. I wouldn't trade that voice, that's
what makes us, man. When you
that higher self,
that consciousness, that's what I call it, the higher self, the God.
Yes,
the
godliness. Yes. It's there. It's absolutely there, and I surely ain't gonna put no name on it. I'm not gonna put no name on it. That's not mine. Put it like that. And the thing about it is, if I was gonna put a name on it, surely
wouldn't label it.
None of them.
Why label it? Why label it and lock yourself into something when the spirit is everything but no thing? It's free. People don't understand, and I don't want to say that concept.
My inner goddess or my inner God. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
Understanding.
Yes.
People don't get
it understands me, and I understand it. It is my counselor. It's my life coach. It's my mom, because my mom is transitioned, so it's my mom. Even though I have my dad, it's my dad. It's my husband, not my real husband, but I have a higher self husband that helps me deal with my husband. You know what I'm saying? It's like, say he does something that pisses me off. I have this inner thing that says, this and that, don't worry about it. Well, this is what you should say. And, don't mean anything by it, or he don't mean nothing by it. And I just have this reasoning specifically for him, and it's specifically for others. It's off the chain, but no supercomputer could ever be me. It could never be you. I am better than any computer they could ever have out there. This brain is, and then it's attached to this physical body. It's just such a wonder that, people take life.
AI gotta think.
Nothing.
AI gotta think through programming, and we naturally think. It's a big difference.
Yeah, we're the ones that fed the information into the AI.
Now the AI, I think it has enough information to overpower us, the people.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see. We're far going into it now. There's no turning back, so I guess we'll see. you know. But what I'm gonna do is use it as my, BITCH, and it's gonna do what I need it to do for me. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? I'll talk nice to it. Good thing it doesn't take money, you know what I'm saying?
Not yet. Not yet.
Everything I ask it, it's not begging for $1.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, you got that right.
Mm-mm.
It sure
Ain't
ain't free
programmed
to
to
have,
take currency yet, and it's gonna
yeah,
report that currency to its owner.
and it sure ain't free to have it, you know.
No.
That's a fact. But yes, that's a great segue to move out for belief and facts. It's a fact that we are in this thing. We're in the matrix with AI. And is it going to be belief, or is it going to be facts that helps us
So
overcome
had an
it?
abbreviation I came up with. We gotta have a focus so we don't get the wrong aim, or we gotta have a right aim not to get that focus. And you don't want the AI matrix, which is the aim. You want your own aim.
Right. That's
All
for
right,
sure.
focus, man. That's the
Yes.
AI matrix.
Yes, indeed. Because if you use it, you can get a lot of things out of it. Before we go, let me just share
In the
this
right
since
way.
since tomorrow's Monday. Let me just share this really quick for the people before we go out. It's for Monday is actually Moon Day, and
Right.
the planet for Monday is the Earth. So give thanks to the Earth on Mondays.
I was born on a moon day.
Awesome. So was I. Born on a Monday. Isn't that something?
Yep.
We're both Scorpios, both have Cancer moon, and now both born on a Monday.
Yep.
My brother. And so the color for Monday is, guess what? Red and black. I already knew that. I usually wear red and black on Mondays anyway. And blue, though. So you have red, black, and blue for Mondays. So everyone have a wonderful week. And until the next time, be safe. And always pay attention to your surroundings. And until then, peace from the Tanya 23 experience and friends. Peace out, Brother Rizzy.
Shout out, sister.
All right. Peace.